Y'all, it's your girl Tanya Rochelle. I'm doing this video in response to a question that was asked me because a person asked me, Tanya, what all do you do? Like, what kind of experience do you have? Because I'm trying to figure out if you're just an entrepreneur or if you're a serial entrepreneur. And I said, okay, well, that's interesting. Okay. I mean, because you hear the term serial entrepreneur, and what that is, that just means it's a person who starts up a lot of different businesses and they don't really stick to one particular thing. They have a lot of stuff going on. And I get that, but I don't know. I'll just answer the question. So, in terms of what I have done, and when I say things that I've done, things that I've actually made money on, skills that that I've made money with. Okay, so that's when I first started out. This is going to be about a long time ago. I started out when I was at home when I first got married, and I had I think my first child. Okay, so before all that, first I used to bake from home. I used to sell baked goods from my house, make them at my house and sell them. Cakes, pies, cookies, things like that. We were Muslim, so, especially like bean pies and stuff like that. So, and making sure using natural ingredients, blah, 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 blah. Okay. So that's one. Do I still do that? No. My children know how to cook, bake, and things like that, but I don't do that no more. The next thing was the secretarial service. That was one of the things that I used to do. My husband at that time, he was in accounting and an accountant, excuse me. I worked for an accounting firm, and a lot of the work he'd bring home, he had me, process the work. So I started taking that concept, and I'm like, shoot, working for him, doing stuff for him, that's fine, but I ain't getting no money from that. So I actually started typing papers. So I did like resumes, term papers, business plans, things like that. My secretarial service started, a long time ago. And I did that until I moved to the South. My secretarial service turned into my mobile notary business. So, I don't know. So next, secretarial service, mobile notary. I did that all while I was in Mississippi, the whole state of Mississippi, and I did very well as a mobile notary. Let's see, also with the mobile notary, I did a lot of what you call work from home jobs. Just the, customer service and sales. So I did that at home to kind of, it helped with the income, things like that. So I did that. I don't do that stuff no more. Okay. I also used to do like mystery shopping, where, it's mystery shopping. You go out and then you do a job and you just write the report and they send you the money. I did that. Then I went and I was a bail bondsman. So I had the bail bonding company, and mind you, I've made money out of all these things. I didn't get in this and it didn't work, blah, blah, blah. If I stopped doing it, I stopped doing it because number one, it got on my nerves. That's the easiest way I'm gonna stop doing something. And that's one thing I always pride myself on. I have multiple things going on, so I can choose what I want to deal with. The moment I start running into a bunch of problems, you start getting, baby, got to go. And so with the bail bonding, I have 3 sons, and my youngest son, I used to take them with me when I would go to the jail or go to the sheriff's department and things like that. And something they had to come in and they just got exposed to certain things. And it was I just didn't like, my son, he was walking around, he used to have handcuffs and have his little gun or a little thing or whatever. I don't think it was a gun, but it was handcuffs, flashlight, and getting fascinated about the jail. And, I have little Black boys, sons, and the last thing I wanted was a jail fascination. So I stopped bail bonding, and I was making good money. But you know, at the end of the day, they have to report to you. You have to talk to them. You have to go to jail. So I got, you know, I decided that energy just, I'm not, I ain't got to do this. I can do something else, make money. And I left it alone. Next was, then I got into insurance. And I'm still in insurance. So I started insurance. I'm licensed now 15 years. So it's been 15 years now that I've been in the insurance industry, in the financial industry with financial education has been the last almost 4 or 5 years, but it's all the same thing. So insurance, I'm still doing, okay? I also did drop shipping. I used to drop ship probably the most unconventional way. I don't know. I don't know if I should tell y'all this or what. I don't know. I'm like, I tell you to drop ship because see, drop shipping is something I'm picking back up, and I'm adding that to my consistent stream of income, like literally. And I'm doing the way I'm doing it now is the way things are doing now, like utilizing social media and you know things like that. So I'll just wait on that. But drop shipping, I did that for a nice little while because I went through a point in, you know, when my father had passed away back in 2017. We had just, it was crazy because 2016, we had the flood in Louisiana, and then and you know, so we had a lot of stuff going on from there. And then 2017, he died February 1st, 2017. And I went into this, it was the whole backstory because me and him had got into it and all of this stuff here. And my last conversation with him wasn't no good conversation. It wasn't. And that I allowed that to kind of bother me. And for all of 2017, I didn't work. I didn't go outside. If you go back and you look at like some of my old Instagram or some of my Facebook from back in 2017, I had like grew dreadlocks. I was a zombie. Like I was here physically, but mentally, I had checked out. And I knew I did, you know, and it took me, that was wild. That was really a wild time. Like it was a wild time. And I knew that if I didn't do anything, that it was not going to end well. You know, so we had just went through the flood. Then we had that with him. And so my only source of income at that time was online. I was doing drop shipping, and I was doing test strips. That's and thank God I had those things to help me continue on. It still was a hard time. We still had a lot of things going on because mentally, I just wasn't at my best. I really was not at my best. So the drop shipping incorporated with the test strips business is what kept my family afloat, kept us from being on the street. Because I started back at that time when I started, 2017, when I started with all of that, I was not doing insurance. After the flood, my whole business tanked, my insurance business, because I was going out. I was a door to door. I was running leads in that whole area. It was flooded. People's houses was messed up. I'm talking about in Baton Rouge. And so it just wasn't good. It wasn't good at all. And, you know, the drop shipping and the test strips is what carried me through. So, yeah, and back in the day too, I don't know if I mentioned this, I used to do like the work at home stuff. That's like way long time ago. Customer service and sales. I don't know if I mentioned that. So I said all that to say now, things that I do that I no longer do, that I mentioned. I no longer have a secretary of service. Oh, I got taxes too. I do my taxes. I don't do nobody else's taxes. I no longer do, well, I guess technically I have to do customer service because I my book of business, so I do service my clients. And I'm no longer a mobile notary, even though I am a notary here in Texas. But it's just, you know, I haven't pushed it like I want, you know, like I could. And you know, it's good. I'm not gonna lie. But it's the traffic for me. Anyway, it's the traffic for me. I would like, if I had it set up to where I was doing it online, I'd probably do it like that, but it's really no need right now. I told you, I always am, I put myself first when it comes to anything that I do. If it's anything that's creating me to have any type of anxiety or stress, you're replaceable. So I no longer do mobile notary. I no longer do the work from home. I no longer do the mystery shopping. I still do insurance. We're on 15 years now. And bail bonding, I no longer do. Drop shipping, I stopped, but we are starting back. Okay. And test strips, we're on year 5 on test strips. Okay, so hopefully I answered the question. I tried to get very much so into it. Yeah, but there is a lot more to come because I didn't even mention like it's still stuff I'm missing. Trading, I still trade. Let's see, trading has turned into, you know, a whole nother world. It's you know, because there's so many other things, and it's like I'm not the procrastinating type of person, but it's like I don't want to, I have to be sure before I bring you something. It's the what I bring to you, and if I'm not 100% sure, if I'm a little like it's because I'm still gathering information. I'm still making sure that it's on point, because the last thing I would like to do is get into something and then it's not right. And that has happened to me before. I mean, I was getting into this thing. It's a water mine and all this other stuff here, which I think, look, child, got it didn't turn out good. So I just like I'm a little, when it comes to the crypto world, you just have to be a little bit more, for me, I'm a little bit more hesitant on things. So trading, I'm good with trading, and I do options, pocket options. That's my, and Forex is just traditional Forex is fine too. It's just, I guess for me, it's the quick time for the options for me. It's just, I'm very, with that, very impatient. So that works for me. But, you know, so I think I've answered the question. I'm trying to make sure I ain't forgotten nothing, y'all. I don't think I've forgotten anything, but you may see like a lot on my, you know, if you follow me on TikTok or Facebook, when I'm gonna start re-engaging more on my Instagram, but I'm more focused on these 4 things, which is my health, number 1, my wealth, and my spirituality, or what I call learning, because your learning is the learning of self and others like yourself, and then exploring is what, man, when I be on TikTok, because, you know, if you follow me on Facebook, I put a lot of, in my stories, all these different places and all these different things, and I do that. I'm watching just like y'all watching. It's fascinating to me how beautiful this world is, how beautiful nature is. I love water. I remember, I'm just gonna go back. I feel that way. But anyway, I love water. And I remember when I used to have issues and I used to have problems, I would go to the it's this place in the Natchez you would go, and the hospital was there. I don't know why that's making me emotional, but the hospital was there, and they had like, you know, you had like the benches and the swings and everything. And I used to remember going there, and I would sit there and I would meditate. And or you know, I would either meditate or pray or just kind of felt like whatever it felt like I needed to do at that moment. And I would stay there until I felt better. And I remember I used to always say in my post, like if you seen a post of me out of water, and I would always say it's just something about the water that makes everything feel all right. So that was one of the, I don't know why that triggered me. I don't know that was, I don't know, I gotta figure that out. But that's what I used to do there, is go to the water. So I'm saying on my stories that you will see on my Facebook, that's what I do. I post all these different places because it is my intention to go to them, period. I'm not just gonna be an observer and just looking and watching. I'm going, you know, we're gonna go see, and then how we'll replicate those videos that you see me doing on TikTok. So it's really about, you know, because what you see in your mind's eye, you can have and hold in your hand, and you can experience in your life. So I'm very aware of the things that I'm paying attention to, the things that I post, you know, things like that, because I know the end result for that. Okay, y'all, this is gonna be it. I don't know what happened here, but I don't know, I don't know what happened. I don't know, but I hope I answered the question. And yeah, that's it, y'all. It's your girl, Tanya Rochelle. Have a good one. Bye-bye.